This time of year, you may be busy checking items off your holiday shopping list. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of finding the perfect present or looking for the best deal. But while you're focused on your online shopping, scammers may be looking for new opportunities to take advantage of unsuspecting consumers. According to the Federal Trade Commission, consumers reported losing more than $10 billion to fraud last year. And that figure is likely an underestimate. Many people either don't know where to report their losses or feel embarrassed to do so. But there are steps you can take to protect yourself and your loved ones while shopping this holiday season.
The holiday scams that we're obviously going to be starting to see even more now do break down into a couple different main types. One of them is the online shopping scam. And that is where the bad guys are pretending to sell things, pretending to be a store, an online store usually. And all they're really doing is trying to get your money.
That's John Miller Steiger, director of the East Central region of the Federal Trade Commission. He says if you're doing business with an online store for the first time, do a little research before hitting that checkout button.
Do a search online for the name of the company that you're dealing with and a word like complaint or scam. One of the great things about the internet is that people share their experiences. And it may be that someone has already fallen victim to these guys and has posted out there, hey, watch out for company Z, it's a scam. It's important to know where you're shopping, what kind of information there is available to you so that you can make sure, all right, this is an established company or an established seller, I should say. And if things don't work out, I know how to reach them. If I need to complain, if I want to get my money back or tell them that it wasn't delivered or is delivered broken, those kinds of protections are important no matter where you're shopping.
Many of us do more online shopping this time of year, and we may be getting more packages delivered than usual. Steiger warns that one scam to look out for has to do with fake shipping notifications. You might get an email or a text from what looks like UPS or the Postal Service saying your package can't be delivered. But if you click on the link, it's not from the carrier at all. The USPS has warned about this scam, saying the company will never send texts or emails without a customer first requesting a tracking number.
We are all, for ordering a bunch of things, it's this great convenience that we'll get texts or emails from the legitimate companies letting us know, okay, your product is prepared, your product is shipped, it should be there this next day. It's very helpful. But the bad guys know this, right? And so they will do the same thing. They will send out texts that have very convincing graphics or emails that have very convincing graphics. It is virtually free for them to do this, so it's easy for them to do. And what they're hoping is that when you get these, you'll think, oh, well, this is one of my many orders. There's a problem with it. Let me just click on this attachment or click on this link and find out what's going on. And as soon as you do that, that's when they have you. And there's a couple of different ways that they can do harm.
When you click links in texts or emails, it can allow bad actors to install software on your computer or phone, giving them access to your data. Steiger explains you might not know your information has been compromised until it's too late.
Which is why it's really important that we should never just click on a link that we get or open up an attachment that we get. If something seems like it might be a problem that we need to follow up on, what we advise people is to go to the company independently. In other words, don't click on the link that you get from something that seems like it's UPS. Go to the UPS website on your own and look up your information that way. They know that we are moving at 100 miles an hour and have so many different things that we're looking at. They're hoping that we just, one time, it just takes that one time that we click without thinking. Take a close look at the text or email. There often are clues where it came from and it wasn't real. We often tell people to do what we call a mouse over. So if you're on your computer, you take the pointer of your mouse and just hover over the link where the email was coming from or the link that they want you to click on. Don't click on it, just point at it. And at the bottom of your screen, it should tell you where the link is really going or where the email is really from.
If you do open a text or an email from a scammer by accident, the best thing to do is mark it as spam and delete it. Of course, fraudsters work year-round, so it's important to be on guard throughout the year. Steiger says another type of scam to look out for is so-called imposter scams. According to the FTC, consumers lost approximately $2 billion in these scams alone last year.
What we used to see is that the scammer would impersonate either a government, where from the IRS, there's a problem with your return, give us your social security number, something like that. Or they would impersonate a company like Amazon. There's a problem with your order. What we're seeing now is that they are combining those two. So you will get an email or a call or a text saying, for example, that there's a problem with your order. It's been connected with money laundering. And the first thing is the scammers know that if you're scared, you're going to make rash decisions. So they try to get you scared. They try to tell you there's something urgent going on. So they've got the person scared now. Oh, there's something wrong with my account. It's tied up with criminal activity. I need to fix it. What can I do? And then the scammer says, well, don't worry. We're working with a federal agency. We can help you out. Hold on for a moment and I'll transfer you.
The scammer will then pass you along to another person who claims to be from a federal agency.
It's a 1-2 punch where the first contact gets you scared, so you're not thinking as clearly as you otherwise would. And then the second one says, but here's the help. And you grasp on desperately to get that help. But in the meantime, it's scammers trying to get your information or trying to get your money.
Steiger says modern-day scamming isn't all that different from the old days of stagecoach and bank robberies. It all comes down to bad guys trying to separate you from your money.
It's the old wine in new bottle. They are constantly evolving. They're looking at the news. They're looking at technology, trying to see what's the best way that we can get consumers scared, acting quickly, and giving us their information.
If you do fall victim to a scam, don't berate yourself. It happens to millions of people every year. The first thing you should do is contact your credit card company or bank immediately. Then you can report the scam to the Federal Trade Commission so they can keep track of the latest tactics, scams, and bad actors. To find out how to report fraud or to learn more about John Miller Steiger and all of our guests, visit viewpointsradio.org. For more behind the scenes, search Viewpoints Radio on Instagram, X, and Facebook. This segment was written and produced by Polly Hansen. Our lead producer is Libby Foster. Our executive producer is Amira Zaveri. Our studio manager is Jason Dickey. I'm Marty Peterson.